Good morning. This will be reading number 3 from Weehiya, published by Chonnam National University Press. And we'll continue or start over with the poem Life Sans la Mode, coming from 3 Gainesville poets in 1985. A leaf dropped straight down, slowly, as we whizzed by, 58 miles per hour. It didn't twirl or flutter. The last leaf down in Carolina this autumn. It's been 8 years since winter. In Gainesville or Tarpon Springs, we didn't notice leaves. We didn't have to explain to anyone. Uninhibited. Then Christmas trapped us, a week to joke about upon returning. It didn't mean but to force such cynical remarks. Pondering, floundering, repackaging gifts. It's been a year since the creative mode. Apart from it, life's progressed, sour to vile. It didn't mean to leave me in the cold. Creative forces have no bad intentions. We broke up at my request. Intentions were to lead a normal life. I didn't look back, cry, or wallow very long. But life without it hasn't been the best. New potato. Just what are we supposed to accomplish in this leftover culture? Apathy soup or mindless decadence? Meatloaf or gold? Start modern traditions now. Discover potential by ignoring everything they want. Play hard, then dedicate completely. Jump off, get straight, share yourself. Initiate new dances for the timid. Create vibrant space and keep the space open to changes. Publicize your ideas. Saturate your neighborhood with abstract lifestyles made of art. Drop the past like a hot potato. Water, and this has many segments. The first segment of water. One more walk, rain, walk, but this time the sprinklers that never stop watering sidewalks stop. 857 trips by these sprinklers which water the sidewalks at a school that, moneyless, blows $85 million a year on public relations and administration, finally yields a view of recalcitrance. Black tubes back into the earth in the middle of a rain. It doesn't stop blonde hair from being tossed back, or bikes from hitting pedestrians, or green sports coats, yellow ties from entering business classes, but the hope that one day someone will shut off the lights at the pool glimmers in the minds of the living. No banana fish today, J.D. Just another scrap of laughter in the middle of 100 days in a row of living death. Almost no one is right anymore. Money is the orgasm. Orgasms are inhibited by AIDS. AIDS keeps the population down unnaturally, so why go to war? War feeds the rich feed themselves. Hockey players buy Raytheon, Raytheon builds patriots, patriots kill when ordered to, but feel bad when they realize 100,000 men in sheets running away have been shot down. Bush buries a dog that died from drinking water that never became a priority on Capitol Hill. Water, segment 3. Blue is no longer good enough to squelch the ugly feelings that persist through fog's insistence in the pastoral green suburbs of Alachua County, Florida. Services to farmers will now be discontinued as the city merges outward to expand its fading tax base. The poor, if they are downtown, will not get better schooling, because the real problem, of course, is law and order. The recent, 1990, attempts to form Gestapos have only been denied by the narrowest of margins. Barbara, your husband is a fascist, so please don't drink the water unless it's jugged in plastic that keeps the Exxon floating down a waterway near you. Water 4. Execution replaces caring in societies gone mad, where the idea of rehabilitation threatens to take away the jobs of racist police pretenders who offer few excuses for their deeds, so often brutal. But if LA and Miami think the problem is lack of order, wait till they find themselves without drinking water. The business of water is clearly Canadian, a group that owns the rights to sell, in moderation, water from the north. For now it's fancy cola, but soon this rare commodity will falsify A. Smith. Chicago will have it listed on the Board of Exchange, and drinkers everywhere will be beholden, as farmers are today, to the trading pits. Water 5. The light gray elm remaining is dark. It rains today. Smug, tie-dyed pseudo-philosophers prance in the warmth of winter, believing nature's last gasp a fun time. Explain why cars get less than 100 miles a gallon. Explain why trains have been usurped by trucks and Japanese MPVs. Listen to yourself justify the oil glut and go off to die for someone else's greed, as the shining path demolishes one more village while quick decisions earn millions in less than pristine Solomon accounts. How do you like the fact that everything's a lie? The battle is not between democracy and communism, but democracy and capitalism. Water 6. Here at the school, where once every 6 years the sprinklers go off, you can get suspended for practicing the right to free speech, expelled for persisting to do so. The idea that a university would found free thinking is too much under the Mercury umbrella of late-century conservatism. If water makes it to 2050, then jump for joy and laugh at the whining contained herein. But don't expect all correcting nature to save it for you. The idea of bringing children into this is repulsive. Save your relationships some other way. When water prices fluctuate at the whim of investors, you'll see how dear the price of living can get. Also from Gainesville, fraternizing with the enemy. 49 Krishnas flow by a bookstore and chant. Now they make rhythms and jump up and down with children on their shoulders. They stop a while, then keep walking in faded orange garb, down in front of a bus and the deli lunch shops. One beer-drinking sophomore decides he's going to join them since the air is so refreshing here in cool November. Don't you know they are the enemy and lazy and basically beggars? But this one brave individual ignores his drinking buddies and chants unashamed about what he knows not. The incident serves to remind you that if you fraternize with the enemy, they no longer are the enemy. Sure, it's hard to buck the system, even harder to ignore the warped vision of the world as portrayed by the evening news. Do you want to make good money or fight for useless causes that don't matter anyway? When will you take responsibility for your own life rather than fighting for everyone else's life, huh? Field. Swaying grass in a new field discovered bushwhacking toward Enfield, New Hampshire, is, for the one lone hiker, the memory of Green Hill. Down from wood well sheeped years ago, swaying grass, like waiting words, continues without direction, without lips. Watercolor. Watercolors fill spaces between pine branches as the moon delivers inconsistent reflections to a wandering man. Winds blow rearranged shadows at his feet. This starts him thinking. He angles across a field. He enters darkness lured by solid colors, wallowing away from fields to a thick-boughed stand. Crashes into sticky bark falling under weaving cones, crumpled in a mass of blue, surrounded, cold, but sheltered